Thanks for joining us again on the Arguably Awesome podcast. Today, we got a very special episode with some very special guests.
We got some local legends if you were from the Portland, Oregon area back in 2002 to 2010 or 11. We had Jammin 95.5, and if you know Jammin 95.5, it was in heat. Oh, that sounds dirty. No, it was in competition with Z100 in the Morning Zoo. If you remember Evil Barney, we got PK in the Playhouse. Duryan,
Playhouse TV, baby.
Naveen, also known as Egypt, Sonia, Ivan, and Extra Work Tony. But today we got three of them who have moved on since then. Denise, known as DK, PK, and Duryan, still together, doing their own thing when they moved to Cali. No, first it was Cali, then it was Portland, Texas, Georgia, and then back to Texas doing the PK and DK show today on our special episode.
Oh yeah.
Is it claw? What is that? The glove, right? Freddy glove.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah,
the glove. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
A.CARD gave that to me years ago.
Yeah, I know. I got it back in, 2004? And I just pawned it off to Eric.
Pawned it off.
So,
Yeah, what do y'all want to talk about?
we're just here talking about anything and everything about you guys. It's like a celebration of the PK, what's a good name for this? The PK, I don't know. I can't think of a name right now. I'm going blank. I feel like I'm watching YouTube or something right now.
You're like shell shocked right now. You're like, oh my God, like I keep forgetting that I'm on, the actual stream with them. I'm not watching the TV. I'm part of it.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys from Portland? Like, tell us about you guys first.
Oh, hell yeah. Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, we're from Portland. We're from
That's it.
We're from Portland. Yeah, grew up here most of our lives.
What part
Oh
of
my
Portland
gosh.
you guys in?
You don't want to know that part.
Well, can't be that bad. She's from the OG. Oak
Yeah.
Grove.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Jeez, you're keeping it
currently-
super vague today. Wow.
Well, currently I'm in
Well,
Gresham,
You
and
can't figure out where the dead woman is behind him, so you got to be real vague.
I'm from Gresham. Eric, you're from.
So
Portland.
I've been all over Portland. I mean, I lived in Gresham for a little bit, but like northeast. I mean, southeast over by like Felony Flats off of 87th and Flavel for a while. I've been like all over Portland. Portland's like my home. Used to joke that I was gonna I was born here, I would live here, and I would die here. And I don't know. I feel like now I'm trying to like not necessarily like die here, but Portland's like my blood. Portland is my blood for sure. Like I love this place, and it definitely has changed a little bit. Like I'm over near the historical like Kenton neighborhood, if you're familiar, like by the Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
And it just like within the last 10 years, I would say it's like really changed, but even like more so within like the last 3-4 years, that's definitely changed a lot from what I can remember.
As everything has.
Yeah, I feel like everything, because we're in Texas now, Houston, but like Austin, I think everybody says changed too. I feel like every city has, obviously they changed. It just changed over time. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I always going to have a soft spot for Portland.
Oh yeah.
I feel like.
I was like, and both Duryan and I, our roots are there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Family, all that.
I mean, yeah, there's niche places here. It's unique. Did you read that it was like #1 food place in the nation?
Woo.
Yeah, but you got to question who's writing these articles because also,
right?
like,
Is it biased?
yeah, like did that come out of Portland? Did who's actually writing the article?
And Portland, no, Oregon came up like
There he
top
goes.
5 for hiking places.
Oh, hiking.
Yeah.
Hey, you've grown up, man. I thought you were going to say the strip club thing. That's the only thing you ever bring up.
Strip club's always been #1.
You're an
given.
adult now.
That's
You're
a
talking about
given.
hiking now.
Hiking, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strap your laces in.
Wow. You grow up
Did
so
you
much.
listen to the Playhouse
Duryan.
back in the day, or like how did you? What's the connection?
Oh, hell yeah.
With what? With you guys?
Yeah.
You want to go first, Eric, or should I go first?
No, I'll go for it, brother. Hold on. I actually got something to show you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, and I'm gonna top that.
Little show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I
Come
don't
on,
got
show me what you got.
Top
You show
that.
me yours, and I'll show you mine.
I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna top that, son. Idiot box.
Oh man, you got that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
brother. I was introduced to you guys through my father. I used to watch the cable access channel, like, and well, besides listening on the on the radio, but that was so awesome, man. You guys had like some of the funniest shit going on that I had ever seen. Like,
like mint.
Oh, dude, it's like you can still smell the video store we got it from.
You got that from a video store?
Wow.
Oh God! Like
we used to sell that.
My dad had the receipts somewhere.
I think
it was Best
Buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the inside's not mint. The bindings. Oh no.
Oh, it just fell apart.
Hold on. I gotta show the pictures on the inside. Look at vintage PK.
Oh wow! Oh,
I got the skinny PK up there.
Look at vintage PK.
That
Look at Duryan over there.
So 2000.
Wow.
Duryan kind of looks the same. You just had that porn stash.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you got hair now.
Yeah,
it's got Samoan blood going through me. The genes. Come on.
Oh yeah. That coconut water blood.
You just need to dye the hair now.
Yeah, it's platinum. It's platinum. You know, I got maybe a few grays, but I call it platinum. I'm going platinum.
You got the George Clooney going on. You know it's good.
Exactly. A little salt and pepper. Mostly salt, but yeah.
I wish I had a picture of when we tried to hire him in Atlanta, and I was trying to convince everybody how funny he was. We did a trip to Portland just to kind of hang out with him, and I took a picture. At the time, you looked like a genie.
Yeah,
like an Aladdin genie. He had like this beard, and it was all gray, and the hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and a man bun.
I had to convince people like this is the guy you should put on.
I was turning into a real Portlander. What do you call those people with
a hipster?
A hipster. I was turning into a hipster.
No, God, you were a hipster.
Yeah.
You just need to move to Belmont or Hawthorne next.
Oh, Hawthorne. Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing about him, though. He can he's a chameleon. He can fit right in. Nobody really know.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could be no matter what happens in the world, you can just fit in.
Yeah, I'll be safe. Just stick with me,
Grow
guys.
your hair a little out or
me.
something.
Yeah.
First of all, not trust you.
So, Eric, is that how you first discovered the Playhouse? You saw it on
through
TV
my folks,
or through your
you know
dad?
what I mean?
Through your
Like,
dad. Okay.
Yeah. Like he was watching on TV first.
That's now
once you guys started getting like really, really big, then he was like grabbing like all the DVDs and stuff. And by the way, PK, you were talking about editing like the first season. Man, that is some of the funniest y'all were doing, man.
I think you mentioned that on the first DVD.
The first DVD.
Oh, the first DVD. Yeah.
In the beginning, you mentioned, hey, I did all this and that, and I was like, okay, I can relate to that because I used to do that in the 2000s, mess around with VHS, and
yeah, that was it.
It's not
easy. The first one wasn't even Tony. I think the first one was just a bunch of camcorders that we had that we would film each other, and then I would just go through all those little tapes, and it was. I say editing as very loosely like editing. It was just I don't even know what
master audio.
Yeah, it was like this. Yeah.
So the DVD's how long in length? Like the first one?
I think it wasn't that long.
Not even an hour.
Not even
45 minutes. Or
and how long did it take you to edit?
3 months.
3 months.
Well, because they didn't have Adobe Premiere or any of that stuff that now you can do so quickly.
Right.
Back then, you couldn't do that stuff. Like graphics, you had to go frame by frame and I didn't know what I was doing. I've never done that before.
Like, how do you come up with a storyline? Like, you have all of these clips. How do you know like what to put where and when?
I didn't.
No.
Didn't.
You didn't have a storyboard or anything?
No.
You just went for it.
No, just
the way your mind works is just so intriguing to me.
That's awesome. As a person who has to do that kind of stuff, I respect it.
Yeah. Let's see. How did I discover you guys? I remember I was flipping. This was like 2006. It's all 2006. I just entered high school. Man, I'm gonna date you guys.
Well, we already got dated with pops listening or whatever. Weren't the parents listening? Or something?
Yeah, it was 2006. I just entered high school, I think, and I'm flipping through the channels because public access here, Multnomah Public Access, when it was around, it had some weird stuff like before YouTube, and it was like, wow, this is kind of cool. Somebody is doing this. Some old angry guy with this other guy talking about Portland, and then this, and then I'm like, at 11 o'clock.
That guy.
Oh, the old guy who'd bitch a lot with this other like guy with glasses who would sit on the side.
Remember?
I do.
Yeah.
I think you should.
I forgot what that show was, but I think I have it on a VHS. I recorded something from Vogue because I was like, this is weird. But I saw you guys at 11. I think it was at 11 o'clock. You guys would be on Saturday, and I'm like, what is this show I'm watching? I'm like, is this a radio? And then I see Jammin 95 in the background. I'm like, what? You mentioned the time, then hey, if it's on the next weekend, I'm gonna watch again. Then I'd start listening to the radio station in the mornings, and didn't even know my friend next door knew about you guys. Had like the Space Cadets DVD, And I just kept watching. And then after a while in the late 2000s, like the tail end, you guys weren't on TV anymore. I don't know what happened there. And then I just stopped listening to the radio somehow. I guess college, life, just.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I got this.
Oh,
Eric, top this, man. Go on.
No, I did see you trying to show that off when I was running around.
You guys mentioned it a couple months ago on the radio show. I'm like, I paused the show. I'm like, oh, I got to look this up. And it was like $30-something. Somebody was trying to sell it for almost $100. I'm like, no way. So I got it. It's in decent condition. All the DVDs, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And I figured out the Space Cadets code after downloading a graphic calculator to I'm the one who mentioned that in the group. I'm like asking people like, hey, do you guys know, because you said there's 3 hours of stuff. I need to rip this DVD to see if there's like other hidden stuff on there. That's the only way I'm going to be able to figure this out.
There's a few I went through, I don't know why, but I guess like growing up and like you'd play Mario or different games and stuff, and some of the games wouldn't have secret levels and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Why would you not put, like
it's like opportunity.
Yeah, so like I would get like progressively more and more nuts about trying to hide content in the DVD.
Yeah,
because I just thought it'd be fun if somebody would find it. Or
so is it just on the Space Cadet?
I don't remember, but I know one of them. Even on one of the like audio CDs on there, there's like a good like 30 minutes of like nothing, and then
and then
there's something there. Or
so far as what I know, it's just Space Cadets. That's kind of fun though, hiding, embedding stuff. Like, oh,
you just trying to make it fun to people.
Yeah. When I watched it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, times change. People grow up. Some of the stuff you don't realize, and it's also a different time and age. So yeah,
hey, it's a great memory thing. Like, just nostalgia, something to look back on. You guys were pretty big for like 10 years. What were you guys from 2002 to 2012?
2010, I think. When did we leave? 2010.
Oh yeah.
So it was 2010. Yeah. But we never looked at it that way. We just looked at it as, every day, just trying to go in. And towards the end, it was really tough because it was, what else can we possibly do?
Yeah.
It was only 2 years ago I rediscovered you, though. Because, like, during, like, quarantine, I'm like, I just, like, got a memory, like, hey, PK in the Playhouse. I wonder what ever happened. And then I found out you guys weren't on anymore. And I think it was Wikipedia. And then I'm like, okay, I need to look these people up, their social media. And then I found yours. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're still doing radio. And I think at that time it was right before you left iHeart.
Yeah.
Because you had the hand washing thing with your hands on the ad. I'm like, what?
That's a video you
crazy.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
radio. I use that loosely. It's gotten very, I don't know. We can't do half of that stuff, a quarter of that stuff that's on those DVDs anymore. So.
Yeah, I know. But it looks from where it's happened the last 20 years. I like where it is now. It's still fun. It's still funny.
Yeah.
You guys were like Howard Stern on crack though at one point. Like, y'all were doing some wild stuff.
Dude, well, yeah, we were. I went in and I was like, look, I've never really done a morning show. Well, right when we first went into Portland, and at the time it was Z100. What was their morning show? The Zoo or something?
Yeah.
And they've been #1 for like 10 years. So going into a market like that, like my whole mind frame was like, I'm just gonna get as crazy as possible, to the point that like, people can't turn the radio off because they got to hear how like something ends. And sure enough, it took us, I think it was like under 1 rating period to shoot up to #1.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how long were you #1
crap.
for?
I don't know, like years.
Yeah.
But what I don't miss is, because again, when you're 21 or whatever, and you've never been arrested, or you just try to go as crazy as possible, at least in my mind, because I'm like, if somebody's about to get arrested, who's going to turn the radio off? Like keep the phone on, like
everyone's gonna be talking about
take your clothes off, do whatever, because for me it wasn't about like messing with Duryan or Scooter, or it was just about the listeners in their car, because you're not going to turn that off, and it worked. But I don't miss that every single day, man. 10 a.m. would come around. And I'd be like, all right, am I fired today? Am I arrested?
Yeah.
Do we got to pay some people? Like, what happens today? I don't miss that part.
Was it you pushing for that, or was it the radio station?
Yeah, it's the radio station, but then you still are getting yelled at or suspended or fired or,
The irony.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't miss that feeling. Because it's also when something would go on the radio and it would involve cops or something that we might get in trouble for, you don't know right away if you are in trouble, So like at the end of the show, I still had like 2 hours of just sitting there with that feeling of,
What? Yeah.
Is this
what did I do?
Is today the day that that listener is going to come try to sue us again?
Well, you mentioned that guy who would always come to the radio station to.
Denise's favorite.
Man.
The guy tried to kill us.
Oh yeah.
The Sicilian
No,
guy?
not that. The guy who would come down to evaluate you.
Oh, Newman.
Consultant.
Newman, yeah.
Oh, you're owed. Yeah, he's owed a call.
Yeah, you'd always be wondering you'd be sitting down. You mentioned it like a few months ago as well. this guy.
It's ironic because now he just lives down the street, so it's like it's a different feeling now. But again, when you're 21, 22, and people think you know what you're doing, but you really don't, you know. And then this one guy comes in and only listens to 2 or 3 shows, and then tells you everything that you're doing wrong. No matter how good those shows are, he's always going to have a list of things that you're doing wrong, you know. So it's. Yeah,
I think it's kind of like their job to always have something, you know, but still like that feeling, it's like you're always in trouble. Or it's like, you wait till your dad comes home and then you're like, you know, like that feeling, when dad comes home.
And really, a lot of the stuff that we didn't make any sense to do it. Even like you just said, you found the night show on public access and you're like, I don't know what I'm watching. I was next to a person at a bar that was watching it. They had it on at the bar. And the person's like, I don't know what the hell this is. Had no idea that I was the person in the show.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know what the hell this is. And it's like that, I think that's what the Playhouse was. Like nobody really knew what it was. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was just trying to whatever would entertain me and it would be funny. And would somebody just keep the radio on for a few more minutes?
Yeah.
That's what you know. So it's kind of hard nowadays because you have to have, I don't know, consultants come in, they break everything down. And a lot of it, you just go by gut, by feeling.
What a hassle.
It's amazing. You perfectly answered one of my questions too. I was going to ask if it ever got, hard to keep topping the level of like insanity that you guys had built it to.
Yeah, it sounds like looked at it as like topping the insanity. In fact, like I think the earlier days were the crazier ones, obviously, and then it just kind of mellowed out. Like if I'm looking back at things, because again, we would go in and just be like, what can we recreate? What would be funny? How can we screw with each other? It wasn't like, can we top last week's practical joke, you know? Very rarely did we think, oh, we already pulled this gag. Can we top it? Very rarely. Maybe on 4th of July when we did the fireworks in the dumpster next to the apartment building.
Yeah, that was our yearly ritual though. Yeah.
Well, that one we did try to up every year. But
yeah, try to get louder every 4th of July. And it worked.
Yeah. It was great. We do fireworks at like 4 in the morning.
Piccolo Pete's, 4 o'clock in the morning.
God.
Yeah. And then we'd take guesses on which balcony would yell at us first because it was.
We had apartments right there across from us, just like a stone thrown away.
Oh, it was great.
Hilarious.
7 people opened up their windows. What the hell is going on?
We had numbered the windows so people can call in and guess. It was great.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But you don't think, when you're like 22 and you're doing this stuff, you don't think about the fact that the station might get evicted from the building because now the other building is, yelling at the owners or.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just don't think about those things.
Yeah.
You just go in.
No, yep. Fair. That's fair.
Now, even though we're doing our own show, it's still like we have to think about, well, we do have neighbors. I don't want to get evicted and have to move all the stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we share walls with our neighbors, but thankfully they're listeners too. So.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Well, they have to listen at this point, but
Yeah. They have no choice.
Speaking of your guys' show, what are some of your roles on the show? Like, PK, are you still editing? I know when I listened to you guys' like podcast when A.CARD was hosted playing the match too. I know that you had told A.CARD, you were like, well, what are we going to be doing? Like, you got to go through, she's my lady. You got to go through her. She's my person.
I had no idea. What
so, like, was that a role as well?
Okay, yes.
No,
my role, and it has just been given to me by one of our other listeners, Mysterious Dave. I'm the communicator. So if you need to communicate with PK, you go through me. Yes.
Oh, I'm the person.
I've come to learn this. I'm like, am I talking to PK or Denise?
I know. I always try to sign it DK at the end. Yeah, Denise. But
it's not like
But no, because here's the thing. PK does do a lot. So if you want to elaborate a little bit about like your roles, what you do.
3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better about that. But I mean, it's just all about the show. It's like to me, it's almost like a diary of our life. So I know one day we're not going to be doing this. So I'd like to be able to go back and be impressed. I'm not saying tomorrow or something, but like, I'll give you a perfect example of maybe why I do this. And I don't think the people in the room know either. When we first moved to Houston, it was nothing but consultants, and people threatening me in the very beginning saying, you can't do what you guys were doing in the Playhouse.
But this was radio.
Even though that shit was so successful, in radio, here they were like, you can't do any of that stuff. Don't even think about saying this, that. I mean, nothing, right? So very, very watered down version of what we can do in Portland. And the reason that I took the job is because it was my old boss from Portland, and I kind of thought maybe we can rebuild it again. But I remember like 2 years into it, the realization had come that it's not corporate and we can't do anything without just immediately getting fired. And then what, you know? And then also Denise had a pretty decent job outside of radio at that point. You started your Zaza thing.
I worked in hospitality.
And dude, I was jogging around the park and listening to old Playhouse stuff. And I remember like most of the shows I hated, but there'd be like one or two shows that I'd be like, wow, that was like perfect. That was really, really perfect. Like if only I could always have that kind of a show, what would have happened? And I don't know, maybe nothing, you know, and maybe it's just me being just extra crazy and critiquing everything that we do. But I remember jogging around and listening to a couple of perfect shows. And now I think I always go back to that moment, because if at any point this doesn't work, I don't want it to be because we didn't put in the work. And also if I ever go back, like I said, like a diary, and listen to our different, you know, because everything that we're doing is real. It's not like we're planning for Duryan to do, you know what I mean? So when I say it's kind of like a diary, it really is. It's our life in that moment in time. So if I go back, I want to make sure that I'm not listening to a bunch of crap shows and then one good one.
It's really organic now too. So it's not like, dang, now you got to stress yourself out. Like, man, what am I going to do tomorrow now? What am I going to do next week or something? It's like you took 20 plus years of your career from each station, each state, a little bit from here, a little bit there. And now you've created your own thing. You're your own boss. You don't have to be under anybody, well, that I know of. So now it's what you want it to be. So you've kind of reached your dream.
Yeah, we're working towards that. I don't know if we'd reached it, but I definitely think
I would say you have. I mean, it's really, because from the stories I've heard, you know.
I was like, yes, I think the part is that we don't share too often is like we don't make any. Well, how should I say?
Make money.
We make money, but we're not there yet to where we can live
making radio money
comfortably.
It's not even about radio money for me. It's just about like
living, like a living wage. Yeah.
You know, the hardest thing about podcasting is to be able to get it to grow. Because if you can get it to grow, then it just becomes a thing about time. It's like, how long can you hang on to cross over? And the longer you're doing it, the more accumulative your efforts are going to get. So like in the very beginning, if we're telling 100 people to please tell a friend and share about the show or whatever, then it's just 100 people. Where now it's like 1,700 people like per show, you know.
Wow.
When we first started doing this, and this was after like last year in Atlanta, we were on the radio all the time just saying, listen to the podcast. Nobody would. We couldn't get over like 300 people to check out a show. Where now,
when did you start the podcast?
We started a long time ago, but we also always took breaks. So, and then when we were doing it in Atlanta, I think we were doing it once a week, and then we did it every day, like, trying to build it
Monday through Friday for like 30 minutes after the radio show.
But we couldn't really build it at all until after Atlanta, and we started doing it on our own. So
and then now we're all just focused on this. Yeah.
So it is working, and it in a way it is the dream for sure. We just have to be able to hang on long enough to be able to get to, you know, and by no means radio money, just like a comfortable place money.
I was like, pay bills money. Yeah.
You don't have to have a fancy place and all that. You just want to be coming and have to worry about the next day. Like, hey, we got our what's the word?
Rinse pay. We got food in the fridge.
Yeah,
exactly.
Our loyal listeners every day looking. I like how you treat it like some listener left Ivan saying, you shouldn't have treated it like a radio show. You should just tone it. I like how it's a radio show because that's what you're used to. That it keeps the energy up.
The sounds, the like bits, the banners. Like I love it. I love the feel. It's so great to have that classic like Portland radio vibe.
Thanks. I mean, this just to me, I never go for like a sound. I'm just, what would I listen to? You know, and sometimes when I listen to podcasts, it's just like, or radio. Like when I was getting into radio back in the day, I mean, the people that inspired me, you know, would have bits that would go on for their entire show, and I could never really pull that off. I don't know. I would just get done talking about a topic, you know?
Yeah. Well, you have ADD for sure.
And maybe that's it. Maybe ADD. I'm like, get to the point, you know?
Yeah. And PK, I mean, we've talked about it before, but like on average, not good at all, but like 7, 8. How many Red Bulls? Like 8 Red Bulls a day you were on back in Portland? So like his mind was always crazy.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Yeah.
And I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So
oh my God.
Red Bulls would pay me for that.
Wow.
Barely alive.
For real, that's a sponsorship right there.
That's why I got so fat. Nobody knew it was the Red Bull.
Testify.
Should have done sugar-free all these years. Damn it.
You were at the Red Bull Flugtag, being a judge that you cannot remember really much of.
I really don't remember that. I just, again.
How?
Sorry,
You
they
were right next to the lead singer of Everclear. I was like, I went to that thing not knowing what it was about. All I knew was a couple years ago, I was like, oh, okay, they have these things. And then I'm like, there's judges. Everclear, I was like, what? And then I was like, PK, what? This is going to be crazy. I got to watch now.
Yeah, I think I was just more concerned about having the right thing to say when they would come to me.
Yeah.
Because you always watch, like, even American Idol or whatever you're watching. And, or when Stern was on, what was he on?
America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
And I would watch that. And I'm like, man, you know what? That's what makes him such a great, like, radio host or just as a person, an individual, is because he's got these takes that I wouldn't have even thought of.
Yeah.
You know? When you're on the spot, you don't think, at home, you might be like, oh, that's not that hard. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah, when everyone's staring at you and watching listening to every single word.
And I remember, like, they didn't come to me too often. So I'm like, oh, I must really be blowing this. So I don't know. Maybe I just blocked it from my mind.
I do have a question for Duryan. No, sorry, let us get out of the private chat. No, so basically, I wanted to jump back to the match 2 with you and Anthony. What happened there, bro?
Yeah, Duryan.
What happened, bro?
I don't know. I was gonna ask Anthony that. He dropped the ball.
Balls in your court, Anthony. Oh.
Wait, what was the questions again? Oh, India and man, I feel like those questions I should have been something. Match.
I should have locked in Bollywood though. Bollywood was like a given because that's what you locked in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the second word?
You know what?
Travel.
Should have wrote that. Oh yeah, it was like travel and it was vacation for the one.
That
was the one that had PK dead. He was like, "It's vacation, you." he's like, "You freaking." What's funny is you said it.
Yeah, you know what? I say a lot of it too. Like, I'll say the right words, but I just never lock it in.
Yeah,
it's just whatever. It doesn't feel right.
Tries to mess you up. The more the episodes go with the birthday shout outs and then the match too.
Yeah. Well, I did finally nail the birthday shout out.
Oh yeah, spoiler. Yeah.
Boom. So I got that.
I listened to that.
Down.
Yes.
And you know what's funny too? What I noticed about match 2, I match with a lot of kids.
Well, you have the brain of a child.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you really do.
Kinda, yeah. So I don't know what it is, but I think the last time I won was with like a 9.
Yeah, I think it was like 7. Colton. Yeah.
Colton, yeah,
young kid.
It's so weird. So
I hate it when that happens because then people are just assuming that we're rigging it because it's a kid on the phone. I'm like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's a hack. If you want to play match 2 with me, you got to think like a kid.
Or bring a kid to the table.
Yeah. Or call in a kid. Yeah.
Oh gosh, can we phone in a friend?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's challenging. And some of the stuff, the mechanics aren't there like they were on the radio to be able to play. Like I have all these game ideas, but they're kind of hard to pull off now, you know?
Yep.
But
what do you guys use to call me on? We're using Skype because it sounded like you guys were far away in the room. I'm like, what in the world? I gotta get really close here.
Yeah.
You know what? We just, I had this whole computer over here. It's supposed to be like a phone thing and everything is wired in properly. But then what I didn't account for is if you're calling people over the internet, sometimes, not right now, but it'll have a delay and it really screws everything up. So we just call people on the phone. So I think that's what the thing is. We're still working on that part.
Yeah. Because it's just on speaker, right?
Yeah. We're still working on that. The technicality of.
By the way, for scheduling me that call because I was at work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
I was listening in,
guys. 12
like the next day. I was like, "Ooh, beautiful stuff."
It's weird how like time has changed because like you know what would fix our phone issues is just getting like an actual normal phone line, but you can't really get them anymore.
Oh, like a hardwire.
It's like impossible.
A landline.
They got those cheap old school landlines. That's all we need, but it's like impossible.
Yeah.
I stole all this equipment. I got like a whole phone thing. I can't use it. Moved on.
Yeah. Had to change with the times.
So we'll just send it back to iHeart.
Oh God. I love that statement you released.
So Duryan, buddy,
what's up?
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
You get teased a lot by the other castmates.
Just a little.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
Does it pay to have a thick skin in showbiz?
Yeah, definitely. And in life. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I really do have a thick skin. Like nothing. I'm pretty chill, right? Like I don't get mad at all.
You really don't. It's surprising.
I couldn't tell you the last time that you were mad. I think like when Whataburger got your order wrong, you got mad, but you still were like,
well, that affected me personally.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
She said Whataburger.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my food. Yeah. That's one thing to get me popped off. Yeah.
Batman Friday, baby.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to be playing about my Whataburger. Like, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Any kind of food, it's just wrong. But yeah, like even the family too. I don't know what it is, but they'll take digs at me, and I'll try to defend. But I don't know. I think they just keep coming at me because in a way I win because like you're not getting anything out of me. You know, I'll still stand my ground and be like, whatever, come at me. I got like a force field with infinity level.
Keep winning.
Your defenses are pretty impregnable, man. I swear to God, like you do not. You're unflappable. Like.
Yeah, so I think it's a good what do you call that? Like a
trait?
Good trait. Yeah, it's a good trait.
But I also think we all instinctively know that we love each other. So, you know, it's just like buddies hanging out and doing digs on each other.
Oh yeah.
You know, like where like I know outsiders, especially people that don't listen to the show that maybe tune in. Or here's a perfect example. Like in Atlanta, we had like a whole meeting about this game we used to play, and they're like, "You guys are making Duryan sound dumb," and it's never been about that. You know, it's never been about hey, let's make Duryan sound stupid, or it's just us being us and the stuff that we would.
To be honest, I would be offended like at their points because you were really trying.
Yeah, I really was. Yeah, I'd be like, you guys are taking stabs at me.
Yeah,
I'm offended.
But I don't think people are used to that real stuff anymore because everything is so planned and researched and you know,
edited. Everything is like
and afraid to offend. I mean, anybody.
Like all of like the prank calls, all of that, just like fake.
Yeah,
edited. Not
I would tell them that our stuff was fake and then really do it. Which was weird because one day the boss, remember the boss, it was like, bring your kids to work day.
Yeah.
And he brought like this 8-year-old.
Oh, that's right.
How old were his kids? Like 8, 10, and 12 or something.
10 and 12. Yeah.
So we're in there and I'm like, you know what? All right, we're just going to do some prank calls. So we're just calling.
Like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, we're calling. It was hysterical. I got to find them. Those are actually really funny.
Those are good. Yeah.
But then, you know, a couple days later, I had to tell his dad, oh, no, that was planned actors.
Yeah.
What? Meanwhile, the kids are in there. We're just calling random delis in New York.
Yeah.
Well, how's that Irish girl prank thing? Is that yours or did you find it somewhere?
What's
the little girl?
The little girl. Yeah. No, that was Playhouse days.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would just call
Susie?
just random.
What was it?
I think Susie. I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah.
A lot of those has been so long because also the last like 2-3 years, even in Atlanta, here in Houston, we couldn't.
You couldn't do pranks?
No, they wouldn't let me do them. So I would run some of the old ones because again, you can't mimic people's, like, I don't know what you can't script out a call and not have it sounding fake. That's why to me, maybe other people can't hear it. Maybe it's the years of actually calling real people, but like you can't like
nowadays. Yeah. You can hear it just script, like it's totally scripted.
Well,
all the prank calls nowadays.
We got the script, right? Like you were sent
I've got them here somewhere.
Calls. Yeah.
You guys want to do one?
Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
Oh yeah, we did the fake prank calls.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Craig used to do pranks calls all the time.
PK is looking that up. I need to ask Duryan. So did you have to go to therapy after the Playhouse? I mean, I haven't even gotten in touch with Scooter or any of them or Sonia. Mainly Duryan Scooter with all the manipulation of PK back in the Playhouse days. I mean, you could have said no and walked away, but you guys were sucked into his words. And you licked poop. You touched a dead rat. You did this. Yeah, I'm like, they could have just said no.
They could have said no. Yeah, it's true. Well, I think we all knew what we were going for. We all knew that, like, if we couldn't like keep delivering, then obviously they're just bringing another show. So it's not. I mean,
it's my job on the line. I gotta lick the duty.
But he asked if you went to therapy.
Oh no, therapy. I smoke weed, so no, I don't need therapy.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Good.
That's your therapy, right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Can you still name every adult actress?
Oh man,
I'm definitely bringing that up.
He's all domesticated now.
Yeah, if you were to bring it up,
he's all
probably not.
Hey, don't lie.
He's like, I need you to cut this out of the episode.
Come on now.
yeah. I need
Let's
to take
put
a
him
break.
on the spot, guys. Where's his wife? Get her on.
Intermission.
Well, one thing I've been like playing more video games than anything. So
It moved up from the porn to the video games.
hey, I'm growing, baby.
Yeah.
I'm growing up.
Can't wait till you start
Hey,
In
Duryan,
other
you want a
ways.
PS5?
Yeah. All right. Wait, want a PS5 or want?
Are you okay? Well,
What's the
obviously you
difference?
want one. Do you have?
Yeah. I do not have one.
Oh,
no.
you want?
Damn.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
You got to do installments on those.
Dude, I know. Well, are they easy to get now? Because I heard they were like hard
Walmart.
for a while. Walmart?
I mean, now
They've
that was
been
like 2
doing,
years ago or
like-
something. They've been out for a minute, bro.
They're
No,
still
it's a chip shortage, right?
Oh,
Or
really?
something?
they're still hard, and some of them
are still trying to get it.
some of them
Yeah.
only sell like the bundle where it's like even more money. It's like,
Oh
ugh.
God.
Well, you can't afford the basic model. You know why are you even looking at the bundle?
No, that's why I think I got like the 2018 Xbox.
Oh.
I'm holding on to that right now.
Just got.
Hey, no disrespect. No disrespect.
All right,
You know-
where's that prank call script? You got it?
Oh yeah, they actually still have. I still have access, believe it or not, to like their
Well, until now.
prep stuff.
hell
yeah.
Man, you haven't got kicked off or anything?
No,
I got kicked
how
off one of-
stupid is that?
I got kicked off one of my prep services.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was able to use it for another like
Awful.
year and a half.
Oh, well, that's dope.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I can download. Here's a list of stuff: wipe your cell phone, wearing same costume, be in my wedding party, marry your daughter. So which one do you guys want to hear?
Just do the Halloween one.
Marry
Yeah.
your
The
daughter.
Halloween? Oh, marry your
Oh, yeah,
daughter.
let's go to
This will be
Halloween. You do whatever you want.
Marry Your Daughter is pretty provocative of a title. I think that's pretty.
This will be great.
that's-
Yeah.
that's
See how
not a
they
bad
pull
one.
it off.
Yeah.
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 All right, hold on, it's downloading. Yeah,
Is this both the
beautiful.
caller and the
Marry Your
pranker?
Daughter.
yeah, this is everything now.
Oh, great.
You know what they started doing? I was just talking to one of my buddies about that. Is just I think they had it when we were in Atlanta. They actually will have fake callers requesting songs.
Holy
no.
crap. That's
Or yeah,
that's
no
pushing it. That's
way.
that's pushing it. That's where you draw the line.
yeah. That's where I say no more.
All right, so we've got the marry your daughter full with both fake people.
Yep.
Or just the fake caller.
No, both. So like
both fake. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
we'll see how it
Yeah,
plays
yeah, yeah.
out.
Okay.
and we could decide. Is it a man and
There's
oh,
that stupid ring again.
Hello?
Hi, is this Katie's dad?
Yes, who's this?
Hi, Katie's dad. My name is Brett. I been hanging out with your daughter.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name
This
is
is
Brett.
awful.
I'm in Delta Chi, and I met your daughter at a party.
Okay.
I was just wondering. I know we haven't met yet, but I just wondering if I could have your approval for her hand in marriage.
I'm sorry, you want to marry my daughter? She's in college.
Yeah, I'm in college too, so it's not like weird or anything.
No, I understand what you're saying, but my daughter has goals that she wants to accomplish, and the marriage right now is gonna put everything else to sidetrack. So
All right, I just think this is the right thing to do after everything that's happened.
See, if I was a
Man.
dad, I would be like, "Who the f are you?
What
Like,
is this?
I don't know you.
I
I
already
don't
hung
know. Who
up
do
on
you
him.
look like?" Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
It does sound very scripted. Yes.
Why is the guy? Why is the father
Acting's
doing
not
like a
bad.
Christopher Walken
That-
impression?
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
almost convincing.
Here, this is just the caller. So
Hello?
you say, "Hi, is this Katie's dad?"
yes, who's this?
Hi, Katie's dad. My name is Duryan. Have you been hanging out with your daughter?
I'm sorry, what's your name?
There you go.
a little,
Wow.
yeah, a little inside info
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Wow.
They would get pissed at me because I would keep calling people. They said to me, they were like, "Nobody likes it. It makes the callers anxious when you keep calling people back." So that's why a lot of these calls you're gonna hear on the radio, they only call back like maybe once, and most of them they don't call back at all because then you're being rude. That's where
Yeah.
they draw the line.
Oh.
Well, I'm like, with real people, they can hang up on you. So of course you got to call them back like 50 times.
Yeah.
Was it staged so you guys don't get in trouble with anybody, or?
I would tell them it was staged, but then I would just be in the room and just call people. Yeah.
Mm.
I only had one person that ever called me back because I would have the phone line that I had was unlisted and it was forwarded to a different disconnected number. So even if they found the number, then it would be
Oh.
Yeah,
forwarded.
yeah.
You know, I tried to do every trick that I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every trick that I could. Only one time they broke through all that stuff and actually called me back. And luckily,
Oh.
he didn't pursue charges.
Oh,
But
wow.
did you freak out? Or
Yeah, I
Yeah.
freaked out. Yeah. And it was, I had called this guy like 50 times. I forget what the call was.
It's a reverse prank.
But yeah, no, the phone rang and it never rings in this little room that I'd be in to call people.
Yeah.
And I answered. He was like, all the guy did was he read back my phone number, my real phone number. That's all he did, and hung up. And I remember just sitting there looking at the phone after he hung up. I hung mine up. I'm like, oh shit. Oh no, I'm just waiting for the cops to call back next. Because you know, they always chew. No matter what, they're always like, oh, I'm gonna get the FBI in this and cop or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day, I'm like, you okay?
Yeah.
Sure you will. And this guy actually found my number. I'm like, oh no. The gig's up.
What, are you going to like, pay somebody on the dark web?
That reminds me when you released Duryan's number on the Playhouse. I watched that episode on TV.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey, if you want to call Duryan, it's what was it, 971 or something? I don't remember. But
That's
I'm
still
like,
the same number.
503 576.
Something like that. Yeah.
Just still gonna put him on.
I know the rest. Don't need to say it.
I saved the number and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna save his next. Like, oh, he's so bad, I'm gonna save his number now. And then I prank called you in what 2008 or 9.
Did I pick up?
Yeah, you did. I told you this is an old friend from a school. I think you were in the car. So I'm like, yeah, this is your old high school friend. You're like, oh yeah, and I could tell you were trying to think like, who is this? And my name was Dupree, or I forgot what I gave my name.
Yeah,
but I had to have a deep voice, and I'm like, yeah. And he was like, how you been? He's like, yeah, I've been good. He's still trying to figure it out, and I'm like, yeah, man, I just want to tell you I love you. I miss you. And you're like, what? What the? And then I'm like, yeah, I want to meet you. We're like, oh, hey, I gotta go.
Duryan, actually, I take everything I just said back about pranks. Duryan would be the one person that wouldn't hang up.
Yeah.
You want to marry my daughter? Who is this?
Tell me more.
I feel bad though after all those years of giving you that prank, but I had it recorded, and I don't.
You can't feel bad. I prank them every day, bro. You can't feel bad.
I had a whole.
I remember you showing me this,
and they're all gone now. So.
What happened to them?
I had them on a CD. Then the old computer I had was just done, and I think I gave the CD to somebody, and I never transferred the files to the other computer on a hard drive.
He lost them in the fire of 2012.
So many great pranks. So many. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, you know, at least you didn't throw away all your. You know, I had all those TV shows that we had in Portland. I had them on DVDs and in these binders, and I'm like, why the hell am I carrying this stuff around? Threw them all out. And then we started redoing this, and I'm like, I could have used them now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is.
Crazy.
If you guys ever need ripped copies, I could probably rip that DVD, share it through Google Drive, and you could sell it.
I have a few of those.
I mean, I don't know legally if you can redistribute those. I don't know, but
yeah, I think so.
I got all of them.
It's your content.
Plus, that company doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when things went bad. I'll tell you what. That's when things really went bad. Is when we switched over to CBS and then we switched over to iHeart. That's when stuff went.
But
really
it's Clear Channel at the time,
and we knew it too. I knew it like the minute they announced that move, I'm like, here we go, corporate world.
Yeah, and it really was.
Yeah, it really was. It sucked.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to mess with what was his name, Chris?
I don't remember.
The boss guy that you gave him the nickname.
Oh yeah.
I just know his last name.
You're like, hey, we're giving you a nickname for on-air purposes. This was on the air.
Oh, this is bad.
And he was like Captain Anal.
It was a list of names.
Yeah, they progressively got worse.
And he was in a meeting with like 5 other people, and I was just going in on them.
They started out well. Yeah. That's the thing about Duryan.
And there was a video of it. Yeah.
Duryan would never risk it like what he was about to do. He was just going. But let me tell you this, going back to what you just said about a little while ago about like, well, you guys are always, you know, messing with Duryan. The other day, Duryan comes up to me and he goes, dude, I want to be out on the street, like mess with me more, you know? Didn't you say you wanted to go out and do stuff? And
yeah.
He's like one of those people that like ask for it. He's like a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I think that he enjoys doing that stuff more than even just sitting in here.
For sure.
Right,
and
I like seeing reactions and stuff like that. Yeah.
I
like
do love some of those bits, where he's like out there with the microphone, like, "Hey, dude."
That hasn't happened.
He loves
yet,
that.
Yeah, smacking. I've only been punched once. Tell you the truth.
Who punched you? I don't even know this.
No, remember I came in too, and I had like a black eye.
No.
I came in, and you're like, "What the hell happened to your eye?" I was like, "I got punched because I was doing back in the Playhouse days. What was it called? The man on the street kind of thing."
Yeah, Duryan, whatever.
Like
Yeah,
what Scooter did.
Yeah, but
downtown, Duryan downtown.
Yeah, Duryan downtown. But these 2 guys, I just came up to him, asked him a question, and they just straight socked me.
Oh my!
And then they just ran. I was like, what the fuck? You know?
That's some Portland shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to go back out and do that, right?
Well, yeah, it didn't phase me because I was like, I yelled at him. I was like, you punch like a but that was it.
This was I remember when Ebro punched the guy in the air. We blocked off the street next to the studio because we were testing listener loyalty, and we said we need a listener that drives a garbage truck, whatever, you know, for the city to come down here and run over another car. We're gonna get a car, but you know, y'all keep saying that you love the show and you're loyal listeners or whatever. Let's put it to the test. Come run this car over or something, right? And sure enough, we blocked off the street except this one guy wouldn't move, and Ebro goes out there with a wireless mic, and he's like, you gotta move your car, and he was like, oh, you, man. He was like, you back. And guy swings at Ebro. I remember at the window watching this, right? Yeah. Ebro moves out of the way and clocks him.
Oh,
damn.
Dude just goes up the street, just profanity, all this stuff, right? Comes to the station the next day, and we get a page. He was like, hey, this guy with the black eyes here. And, you know, said you guys punched him or whatever. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're in trouble now. Yeah. So we go up to the desk, and he's like, yo, I didn't know it was you guys. I love the show.
Oh.
Got so lucky,
dude. I'm like, what?
Wow,
it was awesome.
So fucking perfect.
I think the casting that you guys had,
the group of friends and stuff that you guys
it really came together from like 2005 or 6 when Duryan and Egypt joined, and then you had Scooter, Sonia, Duryan, Egypt, Ivan. It was just like the perfect knit group right there in that. And I was like, oh, everybody does something different. They're all different personalities. It was just really good.
Real too, you know. That's what they're all real. We're not.
And Tony, yeah.
And Tony too.
Tony,
oh yeah, we get Tony in that little box in the
It was just
He's
real
like, we're not
people.
characters.
Yeah, that was the thing that they just wouldn't get. Even when Duryan came to Atlanta, and he couldn't believe it, but they sat him down. Remember when they sat you down? They were like, okay, who are you as a person that you're going to be on the radio?
Yeah, I found that weird. It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to be Duryan.
It's going to be me.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people are missing, is everything is like so scripted that it's like you can't just you just got to find interesting, normal people, you know? I'm the least interesting out of everybody on the Playhouse days, but the people around me were golden, you know?
Yep. I'm just glad Duryan was still, when I found you guys a couple of years ago on social media, I was like, wow, Duryan's still with PK and they're still rocking it out. And I only was introduced to Denise through the social media of Instagram. I was like, oh, is that the co-host or is that his wife? Because I heard you mention her a couple times back in the Playhouse. The first time was has anybody passed gas during the boogie woogie? And I'm like, oh, okay. That must be his girlfriend at that time.
Reference from the treasure box.
Yeah, I mean, we separated from Duryan for a little bit, a couple of years. How long was that? Too long.
No, I think it was like
time.
No, it was
like
a long
7
time.
years.
Yeah.
Around there. Yeah.
He went solo for a while. He worked at AT&T.
Yeah.
Do a solo
he went
project.
solo. That's right.
Yeah.
You guys are the underdogs.
Okay. Solo album. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that song. Use a.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
You need to release
the chat
that
was
on
bringing it up.
MP3 or something to download. I was listening to that.
Yeah,
in the car. I was like, hey, this is kind of. I knew it was going to go somewhere. I knew it.
I was surprised because usually, like, you'll come in here and be like, "Oh, I got you today," or whatever. But you didn't say nothing.
No,
it was a sneak attack.
I didn't say anything.
Exactly.
I actually recorded it on PK's front patio.
Really?
Right there. Yeah.
Wow.
With my AirPod Pros. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you entered the house.
Before I entered the house and everything, I just laid out the tracks, did everything, chopped it up, and hit save, and there it is. Got a one hit wonder right there, one hit smash.
Wow.
What app was that?
Rap Chat.
Rap Chat.
Okay, call you One Take Jake, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually a pretty fun app though. But yeah, play around with it. You got to subscribe the premium. And so you have 7 days for free, but go back into the app and cancel it. So you still have the 7 days and then you won't get charged after the 7 days.
I'm cheap like that. I do that.
I love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I said I love doing it. It's my passion in life.
Yeah. Keeps me alive.
So how did you guys all meet? Can we we'll start with I guess Duryan, because you met him first, right?
No, yeah, well, yeah, before Denise, yeah. PK was introduced to me through Egypt, Naveen.
Oh, because you guys were dating, right?
Yeah, and then I think
that.
she had to do something where she couldn't do the phone screening because she was phone screener in the beginning. And so that I came in there to fill in her spot for a couple days.
You did not. You did not come in just to be a phone screener, though.
Yeah,
He's like,
did
that's
the
not the
phone
story.
things.
Yeah, I think that's what I needed to like tell people or something. I just you came in because you just thought the ghost jumped into your body, and I'm like, this guy needs to be on the radio.
Well, I think so. I don't know, but that's what yeah, because Naveen's like, hey, will you come in there? Because she couldn't do it, and then but the whole ghost thing, that's how like, oh, who is this guy? I say what? That's another thing, I guess. Like, did you hear about the ghost story?
No, I would love to hear it.
Wait, is that the one where you said when you guys were talking about ghost stories a couple weeks ago?
No, I
share
think
the story from the beginning.
This is like the first time I think PK heard of me.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah, and then PK kind of knew me, and then I think I slowly kind of slipped in there.
So basically, Naveen ran out of the studio. We were on the air, and she ran out, and she came back in, and I was like, what the hell? What are you doing? And she said, my ex called because he thought a ghost jumped into his body. So I'm like, you got to call this guy right the f now. So then we call him up, and then he proceeds to tell me this story. And the story was what? You were on the couch?
Yeah, it's so weird. I was on the couch, home alone, and I was trying to pass out. All of a sudden, I swear I see this like red figure, a woman with a red dress and like long hair, pale face, and just two black beady eyes just come up like really close to my face and like disappeared. And I was frozen for like 30 seconds. Like, what the hell? Like I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And then like 30 seconds later, I finally like rolled off the couch and landed on the floor, and I still couldn't move. And I was like crawling like a caterpillar, almost like, what's going on? And then I finally got
crack kids.
Yeah. Finally
for real, drug PSA for real. Dude.
Don't do drugs. Finally, like I finally got movement, and I started army crawling, and I went out the house. And then that's when I called Egypt, Naveen, and like, oh my God, I was crying too. I was like, I don't know what happened. A demon possessed me, and blah blah blah. And after that, I didn't stay with my parents for like 2 months. I had to live with my cousin. That's how scared I was. In my 20s? Yeah, in my 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It was weird.
I always try to find like the most eclectic and, different, but real honest people, to put on the show. And like the thing about, I think the thing about almost everybody except Naveen, maybe, even Naveen though, they were so damn likable, Naveen was definitely really hard sometimes on that front, but you knew that she was authentic and being real. You didn't agree with like 99% of what she was saying, but still.
And she still is that exact same way. Like I still keep up with her. Yeah, nothing has changed.
But that's what made the show so good. So like when it was like an honest story, I'm like, we have to somehow get this guy to be a part of the show. So whether with the phone screener and all the other stuff was just trying to get you in somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was awesome.
Wow. Nice.
Did you guys watch her season of Bad Girls Club?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know she was on TV until
her and I were roommates. So like Naveen lived with us, and so did Ivan. And so after she, filmed everything, her and I would have we would watch it together and like going back, and it was just crazy.
She was mellow though, because she wasn't drinking on that show.
Yeah.
Like people, they didn't get like an honest representation.
They didn't get the full.
Yeah, she had just stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Like if she
I don't think she drinks. Period anymore.
No,
she doesn't.
Yeah, but if they would have known her when she was drinking, oh my God, that would have been next level.
Wild.
She could have been like hosting like MTV stuff if she was doing the stuff that she was doing on the radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did. She kept it mellow, so I guess she didn't get that much airtime. Like, who's that other girl that did the pop off girl?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's the one that kind of like blew up out of that.
Yeah. She did that. She also did Forever Eden too.
Oh, yeah.
But also that's something that could never happen in the corporate side of things, because nobody would give her the time off to go do that. Where when we were working for Rose City Radio, I could just go to the boss and be like, look, she's got this golden opportunity. Even if she never comes back, this is good just for her to do. You can't say no to something like that, So they were cool with her just going off for how long was it? 3 months or something?
Yeah.
3 months to do that show, knowing that we might take a hit on the radio side because we just lost one of the big members of the show, But they were cool enough to be able to do that. Well, there's no chance.
Right.
Nah.
You know, they would have, you know, the only thing they would care about would be just the morning show number, so they wouldn't let anybody go.
I can see that. They're like, oh, you want to go be a bad girl for 3 months?
Yeah, but you know, if she does come back, it's just in either case it would help out the morning show. You know, if she doesn't come back, that's just a good thing to do for somebody. For one, you don't want to ever hold somebody back. You know,
right? For their next opportunity.
Which is great of you guys to give her that space for that opportunity. Honestly,
is that show still on?
I don't know.
Bad Girls Club.
I doubt
I'm
it.
sure they'll bring it back.
I haven't kept up with it
for years.
Yeah,
pre-pandemic. Yes, post. I'm not sure.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's one of the ones that went under. You know, speaking of which, is it hard to put out content?
The gloves threw me off. Yeah. Great. I need one of those.
Is it you said at one point you guys switched from like a weekly to like a daily content kind of format. Is that hard to produce content on a daily basis?
Some days, yeah, and you get into the groove of, you know, you'll do like 5 really good shows in a row and you'll be like, oh, I finally got the formula down. And then eventually like that streak will break, at least in my mind. Because there's always also like, we're always looking for like something big or something, you know, I mean, but you can't like fake it. So it's got to be like in real life. So it does, you know, it's a little difficult doing it every day for sure. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do you ever have moments where like, say you research some topic like the day before and you're like, oh, I can't wait to show, you know, Denise and Duryan, and then you tell them and they're like, yeah, I just read that same article on like, you know, Instagram
Denise
or like, you know.
Well, I share so many things and then like 2 weeks later, Duryan's like, oh, for my final thought. And I'm like, OMG, guys, like, do you do this on purpose?
Yeah, well, sometimes PK too will bring up some news that Denise read last week, but then I'm like, oh, dude, that's cool. I never heard that. And then poor Denise, I did that last week.
He's like, almost simpatico.
I gotta take this thing off. Damn, I'm about to stab myself.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a good and it's a bad thing because, you know, I feel like, I don't know. I like doing it every day, you know?
Yeah.
And we've toyed with the idea of maybe doing it once a week or something. But for us, the kind of style of show that we're doing, I think it just...
Yeah, I mean, we call it like a daily morning podcast. So we, you know, it's got to be daily. And we record it the day prior. So we record Sundays through Thursdays. But no,
you get Fridays and Saturdays off. It's nice.
Sucks, man, because it just throws your whole weekend off. You think Friday's a Saturday, and then you realize everybody's at work. And
my days are so confused. Like today everyone's like brunch plans, watching or not college football, and I was like, oh no, it's work day for me. But yeah. But it's not bad. I love it, and we can do it at our own time, our own schedule, however long we want. Talk about whatever we want. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Duryan?
No, yeah, I agree. That's
nice. He's like, you summed it up pretty well. He's like, thank you. He's over there.
It would be great if you could have just a special episode where you actually get Scooter, Sonia, Egypt.
Scooter, I don't think will ever talk to me. I don't think Scooter will ever talk to me ever again.
Is that relationship done?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then with the Ivan situation, don't even bring him up because I won't talk to him. And then with Sony, I think we can get Sony on for sure.
I'm trying. Yeah.
With Sony?
I mean,
Sony will do it.
Yeah.
I missed the one. I missed the one that you said you won't talk to.
Ivan.
Oh, really?
Scooter?
Ivan, he was our roommate for our first 7 years of our marriage too. Yeah. But we are.
So are we able to talk about what happened to Scooter and Ivan?
Yeah, Scooter. I don't know why Scooter hates me. I think Scooter resents me because Duryan sort of overtook that role. And when
he loves me though. He shares his wife with me.
That's right.
That's how much he loves
wife.
Me. Yeah. So I don't know what you're saying, man.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. That should have banged his wife.
That's bizarre. That is bizarre. It would just be great to have the Playhouse episode where you guys just reminisce and talk, and you have them all in one episode. It'd just be a flashback.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like a lot of podcasts now, like The Office. I don't know if you guys watch The Office, but some of the cast came back just to talk about the shows. Yeah. And that's all they talk about.
That's like Boy Meets World.
Always Sunny does that.
Always Sunny does that. Yeah.
Well, everybody has a podcast now.
Boy Meets World has one. You guys remember Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one too.
Yeah, Boy Meets Pod. It's like where the main girl, Topanga, is the host, and they have the other characters talking to each other. And then the teacher, Mr.
Feeney.
Mr. Feeney.
Yeah.
No?
He's still alive. I couldn't believe it. And he was on the show, the podcast.
I never watched that one. That's all YouTube.
Oh no, that was great. Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
I
that
watched
was
that all the
awesome.
time.
All right, I got
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you missed out.
Okay.
PK's like,
Disney
not me,
Channel
brother.
Well, it was with Growing Pain, not a Growing Pains. Disney Channel back in the '90s would show like Growing Pains, Boy Meets World, and the Torkelsons and all this, like in the afternoon after you get off of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
PK's
maybe you
old,
guys
that's
were
why.
in
You
high
get off at school.
PK's too old to remember.
I'm
Yeah,
only
you're right.
33, so
PK's like, I was out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Don't got time for cartoons. I'm out here running things.
Yeah, y'all make me feel old for real.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks.
Oh wow.
I don't know. You
Wow.
guys aren't that much older than I thought, though. I think
We're
Denise
up
is
there.
the youngest, isn't she?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's trying to hang on to that. Yesterday we were talking about that. She's like, yeah, I'm like, you're still old.
How old is
Ooh.
Egypt now? Is Egypt in her 30s?
Yeah, she's in her 30s.
Oh yeah, 100% she's
You don't
in her
even know.
30s.
Yeah,
100%.
she's in her
Yeah,
30s.
she's
I think
late 30s,
she's
right?
your
Mid 30s.
age, right?
I
Right?
think she's a year younger.
Okay, then yeah, 30.
Oh,
Well, we won't say the lady's age, but yeah.
well, he's 40.
We just
so
need a
Oh.
y'all
range.
do some
of an
math.
exact number. Wow.
So
Yeah.
PK,
Yeah.
I gotta poke fun at you a little bit, man.
Yeah,
what
go
was
for
it
it. Do it.
like finding out there was no S in the word juice?
Oh my. Really? Yeah.
You're like
That was
Duryan. Oh my
one of my
God.
Yeah, but
favorite
worse.
clips.
Worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Worse.
I am.
I was like-
Juise.
It wasn't so bad. It wouldn't have been so bad had you not been giving Duryan shit like just before. And I was just like, oh no, no,
But see-
not the instant karma.
They're
In a
meant to
weird way,
be.
I love that. You know, that's why. I mean, that's why we put those clips out as well, because I don't know. To me, I think that's what makes the show. It's free game. Everybody
Yeah.
can be made fun of. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some of my favorite moments, even from our show, is like when Duryan actually, like the song thing. As much as I hate his
Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
that's an awesome moment.
So
that he,
good.
you know, and he's free to do all of that stuff now. Just do more, or you know,
Yeah, just keep it up. The peeps TikTok that went viral.
or when we
Oh,
make fun
yeah.
of Denise.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I love
nice.
how
Wow.
like everybody's fair game to be made fun of.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. And that's part of that thick skin we were talking about.
hmm
Mhm.
I was like, it took me a while though. Yeah.
Oh, she still gets sensitive. If anybody gets sensitive, what do you think?
Oh, 100% it's me.
100%, yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
Denise
You,
first place.
yeah, you guys want to like turn the lights red whenever I get sensitive.
Oh,
so.
it's her period this week, by the way.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, no
yeah,
problem.
so
It's
yeah,
gonna be a tough week.
We
Oh,
talk
you know,
about
mine
it all.
No,
How'd you
I
guys-
probably just
How'd you guys like team up and start doing this?
Well, it.
I can
don't
tell the
know.
story, man.
Oh, you want to tell the story? Okay, go for it.
I basically was looking at his like subscriber count. We both do that whole like gaming YouTube thing because you know it's like an inspiration thing. You know, he starts uploading videos, I start uploading videos. We're kind of like collab on certain shit. But then one day I was just like, man, you're like really grinding. Like, you know, we should try to like utilize some of that. And he was like, you want to do a podcast? And I was like, oh, actually, that sounds pretty fun. And that's kind of where it started. We were just like, oh, podcast.
Like what? Back in
cool.
May or June? I brought
Yeah,
this up.
like it's been a few months now. Yeah.
Hey, so originally you guys met through the gaming community online,
Oh,
or did you
no,
guys?
originally we met in high school.
Oh, okay,
Back
okay.
in 2006. Everything happened in 2006.
2006.
Kind of moment scene.
We
right?
would talk on the phone every night, and his dad was a little concerned. He's like, yeah, what's going on with you and Anthony? You guys are on the phone every night for hours. And we would just be talking about random stuff, movies, games. I don't know what we would just anything.
Oh, that's dope.
Your
Yeah.
prank calls, recording just like random audios, like we were doing
Relationships.
skits for radio. Oh yeah, like relationships. Anthony, like I said it before somewhere at one point, but like you're one of the few people that actually took me like serious back in that time. And so it was nice to be able to have like frank conversations with somebody like-minded. I mean,
Yeah.
like from
Yeah.
like music and TV and love for films. It was just like a really freeing experience to go from having people not really vibe with me back in the day. Like I was kind of a little head, I guess, back in high school. I don't know. I mean, you know, we wanted to talk about like bully culture and shit like that, but you know, easy target back then. And you know, I guess it kind of made me a little like prickly. Just leave it at that. But Anthony was one of the few people that like I really like vibed with really well and could truly call like a best friend.
What was
And
that? What was that movie you watched? Remember, you told me in class. Can I mention this in class? And you got a little teary-eyed, and then that girl looked over you like, "You're crying at this."
I'm dying to know the movie that you.
Yeah,
well, I want to know what movie you cried over.
So it was artificial intelligence with
that's a good movie.
It was his whole journey was just like so crazy, and just like like the ending was I was in a really emo phase back in high school, and so I just was like oh man, I can relate to the character, so lonely, so searching for his place where he belongs.
One last time.
I miss mommy's embrace too.
Okay, I admit I did get teary-eyed when that movie came out too.
Well, that's a good mark. That's how you know it's a good movie. It actually got emotions out of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I cried at the end of the Where the Wild Things Are movie, so I don't know if I'm off.
We saw that. We saw that together. That was
the end of it when when the monster's like, "Don't go, I love you so." I was just like,
"Oh." Have you cried at a movie?
Me? Notebook for sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm weird with my emotions. I start laughing when I'm supposed to be crying.
Oh my gosh! Yes, there was a scene.
I don't do it on purpose.
I was with the two of them. What was it? With Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers, and it was a really emotional scene.
Oh no! F that! No!
No!
Stupid!
You two start laughing.
Oh
in the movie.
Wait. Oh no! That
it was all quiet. Everybody in that theater, and it was like a screening. So you had to be invited. Everybody was all in their feelings,
Packed
and
house.
then the two PK starts giggling, and then Duryan giggles, and he giggles a lot anytime PK does.
Well,
and
we feed off each other, and then it's just like a spiral,
awkward.
and then she just gets pissed.
Get out of the theater. It was so embarrassing.
And also, it was a premiere, so they took everybody's phone, and I'm like, you're not taking my phone. I just told them I didn't have a phone, but I forgot to No, I did silence it.
No, that was a different movie.
Yeah.
He laughed at Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
But there was a different movie. I forgot what movie it was, but there was a scene. We're probably 30, 40 minutes into the movie, and there's a sad scene. And the theater's quiet because something, dramatic is about to happen.
I mean, the music cuts out in the scene, too. It's dead silent.
Yeah, you can't hear anything. Everybody's just so focused on the movie. And then next thing you hear...
No, she started talking to me.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
So I moved in my seat and somehow hit the wrong button combination on my phone. That was silence.
Oh, no.
But I think it activated Siri, and she was like, "Do you want me to look this up for you?" Or something like that. It was so loud.
Yeah.
Denise is pissed.
Yeah,
People
because
behind me are looking at us.
I obeyed the rules, and I had to put my phone in a paper bag or something.
Yeah, that's why you had to wait.
Yeah, for 2 hours to get it back.
It was bad.
Whoa.
It was pretty bad.
Anyway.
PK and Duryan are the two guys laughing at the back of a funeral.
Oh,
that would be
been
pretty
1
much
week
nailed
since
it.
you looked at me.
Sorry,
I don't know
Denise,
why
I didn't
I'm at
cut
a
you off.
funeral. What's your first name?
That's weird.
Polonius?
Mine, Panayoti.
Okay, I can't say
Yeah,
that.
cool. I know I saw it, but I couldn't pronounce it, so I was like, I'm just gonna call him PK.
You saw it? Oh man.
Well, I mean, I was looking them up, man. I was gonna congratulate them on their marriage. I saw their marriage renewal, vow renewal. It was so beautiful. Such a beautiful video.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Thank you.
I see the first wedding, and then the second one. I just progressively see myself get fatter. It's every 10 years, it's just like a chart of where I'm at.
Our love is growing.
Yeah.
You're built like an ox, man.
She's slowly turning into my mom. I'm slowly getting fatter. The ride's the same. You haven't really. You're pretty much.
I'm reversing, man. I'm losing weight.
Oh,
so
let's calm down with that, Mr. Whataburger.
Do you guys eat? Do you ever find yourself eating when you're not hungry? You're like, man, I know what that tastes like, and I just want to take a bite, and then you end up eating the whole thing
all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
We did a movie night last
Friday.
Friday, we did a movie night at the house, and I'm like, I got to get my movie candy. So I got 3 bags of sour Skittles.
Oh my God.
Just an absurd amount of candy. I even told Denise, I'm like, you got to throw this stuff away.
Oh, that's so good, though.
I saved it for you, Duryan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You can toss out candy.
But what's Bullet Train? That's pretty good. It was pretty good.
That's good.
I liked it.
I want to see that with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I need to
I
watch
want to see that too.
It looked good.
Yeah, it looked dope.
It was on Amazon, so
Don't watch Hellraiser, that new one that just came out on Hulu.
Really? I heard it's really good.
Really? Oh, I don't. I guess I wanted more killing, more gore, more blood. Maybe that's why I didn't like it.
What is it? More narrative?
Yeah, because I wanted more of the. I forgot what you call them. The
Cenobites.
Yeah, the Cenobites.
Yeah.
I wanted more of them. That's what I wanted. But I mean, I didn't hate it. I just wish there was more of them and more killing.
That's what you get when you get reboots and remakes. It's gonna be not the same.
Yeah, you know what? I never watched the original ones at all.
I don't even know his story. He's just rising hell, as I'm supposing.
It's some puzzle box, and if you like get it right, you could get like they grant you these wishes, but it's all evil.
Oh.
They're all sinister stuff, and I don't know. But
like the monkey's paw type ish.
Yeah, exactly like that. But
what about the Rings of Power? I've been watching. That's actually
I like it.
I like it.
What episode are you in?
3. I'm on 3. Yeah.
I'm on 5.
I watched a little bit of it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it just because I love the beauty of it, but just the story's just so slow, and then the characters are just
it's made
like
up.
the warrior princess, the elf lady thing. I'm like, I don't know. She doesn't have the physique of somebody that could do the stuff she was doing on horseback.
She's
and
an
stuff.
Elf. She has magical powers.
I get that.
She doesn't need the
It's not very realistic, and she's got the stupid look. I don't know. Like she always wants to say something. I don't know what it is. But I do think it's like so beautiful. It's so beautifully done. So I do enjoy watching it. I just wish the story was a little better. That's all. Are you like it?
That's fair.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Eric?
Oh no, brother. I think you asked me the other day, and I was like,
with my wife. We've been watching it on and off. We're on episode 5, I think. We just finished episode 5. Story-wise, it's good. It drags a tiny bit, but not too much. Yeah. It keeps you interested. But I really like the dwarf. The dwarf, I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Duryan. Yeah, he's just a really interesting character to watch. He talks big, but he makes up stuff like, "Oh, I fought these 3 orcs," but it was really the other guy that saved them.
Yeah,
but it wasn't really him that fought them. He was saved from
Andor. You guys watching Andor?
I am.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What do you think? Yeah, I like it too.
It's good. I like that and Mandalorian.
Yeah, I like Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Still trying to get my lady on Star Wars, but
on and off, though.
Dude, me too. She won't do it. And then all of a sudden last night she saw a premiere of like some Mila Kunis film. She said, "Oh, this looks great. Let's watch this."
Oh no,
like,
not the.
I know I fucking recommend. She doesn't want to watch. Now all of a sudden I gotta watch a Mila Kunis film.
That's how it works. That's how it works. You know, hey, I watched your movie and you want to watch mine? That's how it works when you're married.
Hey, I watched Bullet Train. And I didn't.
What you gotta do is you just put it on. Like you wait till Denise is on her phone, just happy Instagramming, and then you put it on in the background. She looks up, she's like, "What is this?" And you're like, "I don't know." And then she, sees a few moments of it, and then bam, popcorn.
Yeah. She goes right back to talking to her boyfriend. I've tried that.
He said I tried that.
Oh,
I've tried that. It's like on the phone. I'm like, what the hell? Watch this. This is good stuff. There's nothing more annoying than when you know something is really good and that you know that she's going to love it, but that she just won't give it the time of day because Star Wars is attached to it.
No, that's
Same
not.
with you.
That's not it.
Well,
Same with you.
I like Mandalorian. I watched it.
Yeah, who got you into that?
Yeah.
This guy.
Maybe, yeah, but yeah, it's good. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars, like especially the one that you wanted to. You say it's like the best.
No, I like Rogue One. I think he'd like it.
I haven't seen Rogue
One.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't like Solo. Solo had moments, but it was just weird.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched Solo. Yeah, but I really got to go call my dad because she's staring me down.
Well, we've missed him.
To it.
Yeah.
It was very nice having you guys on the show. You guys are beautiful guests.
Thank you for doing
awesome host for your own show. Which
anytime, let's do it again at some point.
Yeah.
For sure, anytime.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time of your Sunday morning too.
Yeah, same to you.
Oh God, it's like one of the few days I have off, so I'm thankful.
Really. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah.
Yes, hopefully you can use some of this, and I appreciate all the love from back in the day, and now
you can use all of it.
Yeah, good luck with Greece. I'm jealous you're going there, but hopefully things work out, in your favor, and something can happen.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we will to be continued.
I love real stuff, so
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'll come back like 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
But really appreciate you guys. For real, let's do this again.
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, fucking awesome.
You guys are the best. Wow. Hopefully you had as much fun watching that interview as we had sitting there talking to them for kind of like over an hour.
Yeah, nostalgia definitely up the wall. It was great to reconnect with them and see what they've been doing.
And I really liked how PK noted that they're not like characters, they're real people. So while it was entertaining to watch them on TV, we do have to remind ourselves that these are just like real people putting themselves out there and bearing them souls for, you know, our entertainment. And hopefully that there's something deeper to be gained from that. I mean, I certainly learned a lot. And as a child, like, was really inspired by some of the work that was being put into that show, man.
Hey, if you want to support them, get a koozie, baby. Oh, wow, it's green. Be sure to scan this QR code, little koozie for your beer, and pick up a sticker back so you're always be sticking to support them as well. We also have a QR code if you want to support us.
Whew,
what a great session.
Arguably awesome. Oh, we forgot to mention one last thing. We're just going to make it real quick.
Ooh, yes.
A.CARD got a new computer, guys.
I got a new computer. So thanks to my wife's pushing of me getting the new laptop. And I got these AirPods now that I can use on this new MacBook Pro 13. And now it's a little bit better. Now I'm supposed to be getting a new microphone from Airflow too when we meet up to do some ad recording for a little commercial. And maybe a Christmas special coming up soon.
It's going to be...
Will soon be December, but yeah.
A hell of a time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for you guys to find out more on this season of Arguably Awesome Podcast.
Dude, boom.